Christmas is almost here. And whether you're Christian or not Christian, Christmas has become really a cultural phenomenon, a cultural event. One aspect of the Christmas story that was always a little confusing to me was the whole part at the beginning about the shepherds. The shepherds are out in their field tending to their flocks of sheep, and the angels come down and give a message of good news to the shepherds. I get from a story standpoint how that fits in, but what does that really mean? I never understood that. I heard an analogy recently, and it's this. Imagine that the sheep are like your thoughts. And I really love this analogy because if you're anything like me, you got thoughts that wander all over the place. Sometimes they clump together and they stay together, but there's always a few thoughts that are just going out in the distance, like in random weird directions. And the shepherd is trying to keep things organized. If you've ever done meditation, the shepherd is that part of you that can be aware of what you're thinking without being a part of the thinking itself. It's that observer part of yourself that we all have. And that's like the shepherd trying to corral these thoughts, which are meandering all over the place. And the angels are our inspiration, our insight, our intuition. It's that voice of wisdom that we all have inside of us that speaks to us all the time if we listen to it. And when we put those three pieces together, all of a sudden that part of the story started to make a lot more sense to me. Because my thoughts can go all over the place during the day. They can stray, they can go randomly in all different directions, and some of those directions are not very productive, and they're dangerous. And it's the shepherd's job, the observer part of myself, to corral those thoughts and bring them back into the fold, to bring them back in to what is productive and makes sense. And it's up to me to listen to my intuition. And sometimes when that message from my intuition comes, it can generate some fear in me. When the angels spoke to the shepherds were sore afraid. And it's that same idea when I know the right thing to do. Sometimes that's scary and it takes some courage to step forward and do it. I just wanted to share that little analogy with you during this time of Christmas, during this time of Hanukkah, during the end of the year, and just recognize the value of all three parts of those things for yourself. Our thinking, which wanders off in all these different directions, but you have both a shepherd and you have angels inside of you. The shepherd is your observer self to keep things organized, and the angels is your voice of insight and inspiration. And listen to that. Listen to that voice of insight and inspiration, especially during this holiday season, and connect with that message of love and carry that forward into the world, even when it takes courage to do it. Happy holidays and have a great week.